What did I do? If it's gray, you're blocked. I was like, all right, you really don't want to talk to me. Is my negativity too much for him that he cut me out of his life? Hi, friends. So today, I'm coming at y'all with a get ready with me because, to be honest, I've been wanting to talk about this for like a minute now. I need to get this off my chest. It's been like years, okay? I need to get this off my chest. It's been like 2 years. But I want to like talk about this and kind of like, I just want to talk because, to be honest, I'm in a very talkative mood. And it's not really a story time, so it's not something that I would put in a story. Like, it's not a story to tell. It's just kind of like an open-ended thing. You'll see what I'm saying when I tell y'all. But I just wanted to do that today. I did another get ready with me that was just not happening. Honestly, it was like an hour long, and I think God was telling me like, all you're doing is complaining in this video, so don't upload it. That was his way of telling me not to upload it, because it was like an hour long. 30 minutes of it was telling y'all all the bad things that were happening in my life. And then like another 20 minutes of it was me talking about my opinions on the Gabby Hanna situation, the Trisha Paytas situation. I don't know if I can get my computer and stuff. I'm having a lot of technical difficulties on this side. I thought I was really trying to upgrade my life, you know, upgrade the quality of my camera, upgrade the quality of my freaking software, the editing, you know. I dropped some money on Final Cut Pro. I did all that I needed to do, and it's just not happening right now. So where was I going with that? So anyway, like, you know, it was just not happening. So once I kind of figured that out, I might be able to still upload it if you guys want to see it. It's kind of old and, you know, old news, but I don't know, let me know. So let's get into this because I just want to chat. You know, talk about some stuff. And yeah, I decided to do a different hair band thing. I don't know if it's just me, but like, I saw somebody's get ready with me and they had a bonnet on. And I don't know if it's just a me thing, but it really bothers me when people that shouldn't be wearing a bonnet are wearing a bonnet. And if you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. I don't know. Something about that just doesn't sit right with me. So, yeah, that's why I'm wearing this. And my hair is air drying. As you can see, guys, it is not curly no more. It is. I don't know what it wants to be because I haven't been straightening it lately. So like the top is like real curly, but you can't really see it because my headband is covering it. But the rest of it, girl, I just felt like doing my makeup. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. All the products are gonna be down below. So let's get into it. Now this is gonna be completely spilling my beans because I mean I have to in order for you guys to understand what I'm trying to say. So, all right. Now, you gotta keep up though. So, I had this one best friend who, what are we gonna call him? Eric. So, Eric and I were really, really good best friends. Like, I met Eric when I was in 5th grade. I know anybody that knows me knows exactly who I'm talking about, so whatever. So I met Eric in 5th grade, right? We were pretty cool as 5th graders could be. We were pretty cool or whatever. He ends up leaving, and then moving back in middle school. And that was when we pretty much like became the best of friends. Like, me and Eric were ride or dies for each other. Like, he was literally my best friend since like 8th grade, okay? So 8th grade, high school, all throughout high school, everybody thought that we had a thing for each other. Everybody thought we were gonna date. Like, his parents thought I was gonna date him. My parents thought, like, and we were both very much in with each other's families too. Like, he was like, my dad loved him. And everybody knew him. Everybody knew us. Like, we were just best friends. When you saw him, you saw me. When you saw me, you saw him. Like, you know, we were really, really good best friends. So the thing that like kind of goes crazy is since 8th grade to our senior year of high school, obviously he's had plenty of girlfriends and plenty of people. I've had plenty of boyfriends, you know. He's not my type. He's a very attractive man. I will give him that. He is a very attractive man. Not my type. But we were like we both acknowledged that like both of us look good, but It's not like that. It just wasn't the vibes. Me and him, we just knew, like, and I always joked with him. I was like, I could marry you and I could, like, have your babies and everything, but, like, you're just, I couldn't date you. Like, I couldn't look at him and hold his hand and be like, oh, baby. Like, oh, no. I couldn't do it. That just wasn't the vibes for us. But needless to say, me and him really grew up together. We had, you know, seen each other's girlfriends and boyfriends going in and out of each other's lives. We were really there for each other for a whole lot of things. So when we graduated high school, he ended up going to college, and he moved. We still kept in contact, but it wasn't the same thing as, like, you know. So he ended up getting a really, really serious girlfriend in the state that he moved in. And, like, they lived together and all that stuff. And they were really, really serious. But mind you, me and him were still in communication. We still talked every now and again. So I knew his girlfriend. Like, he introduced us and everything. Like, I followed her on Instagram. Like, and let me get this very, very clear. I am not one of those, like, oh, that's my best friend. And I'm, like, you know those people on TikTok, like the ones where they do the point of views of, like, that girl, like the girl best friend.
Amber, is that okay? Can your boyfriend shotgun a beer with me? Yeah? Okay, yay. I bet I can do it faster than you. Yeah? Let's go find out. Okay, we'll be back.
Like, I wasn't like that at all. And he wasn't like that with me either. So it was just like, I would always just be very friendly and stuff. But when he had a girlfriend, I knew when to fall back. Like, I was not calling him at, like, any time of the day. You know how it is when you have a best friend who's boy or girl. When they're in a relationship, you kind of, like, fall back and act a little bit differently than when y'all are both single. You know, y'all are best friends, you know. I don't know if that made sense, but I feel like somebody's gonna understand. Anyway, so he had a girlfriend that he was so in love with or whatever. And they were just, you know, together. They were super, super serious. And like I said, I was very cool with her, very cool with him. You know, everything was good to go. And when I tell you, like, I felt like this was his, like, love. I don't know. This is just me speculating. But this is all going to make sense in a second. So she ends up, you know, cheating on him, being such a butt, you know. And he really is, like, he is such a good guy, like, such a good guy. And it was really funny because he had a different friend group and I had a different friend group. And everybody questioned how me and him got along so well because I'm me and he's him, you know. He's, like, all-American boy. Everybody loved him. He was so nice to people, so everything. And then there's, like, me. So nobody understood our relationship at all. But neither here nor there. He was a really good guy. Oh, I shouldn't do that. He was a really good guy, and she ends up cheating on him. And so that was kind of like, you know, when anybody gets cheated on, it's kind of a big deal. So he was basically, like, back to being single again, and me and him started talking a lot more. And so he was just telling me about, like, his life and, you know, things like that. I'm trying to skim through this whole thing so it's not so long. So once she cheated on him, everything kind of went back to how it used to be because he was single and I was single at the time. So we would constantly talk every single day, text, FaceTime, because he was still not, he still was in another state for college. Well, he was graduating, or he quit or dropped out. Honestly, I don't remember because it was kind of a while ago. But he ends up moving back to our town or whatever. So I was hyped because I was like, oh my God, finally. This was when I was going through a whole bunch of things with Armando, the restraining order, the courts, all that, with him exposing me, all kinds of stuff. So when he was telling me that he was moving back, I was just like, finally, like, a friend like that I know is my best friend is finally coming back, and we can just pick up where we left off, just like old times, you know, yada, yada, yada. Because when I tell y'all, this was my best friend. I cannot tell y'all enough. Like, our senior year, we would go to the gym together every day after school. We were always together. It just, oh my God, you guys don't understand. You guys, I was just like, oh my God, this is gonna be just like old times. We're gonna be able, and like now that we're older, like we don't have to worry about all this childish stuff. Like, we are grown now, so we can really like have a lot of fun. We can go out together, things like that. And mind you, between the time that he was like in college and stuff, he would still come visit, and we would always get dinner, and we would always just have such a good time. Anytime he would leave, or we would go through long periods of times without talking to each other, he was just that friend that we would pick up right where we left off. Like, nothing's changed, nothing's different, cool. Nothing could go wrong. Like, what? What do you mean? It does. Just wait. He ends up moving down here, and just like I wanted, just like I expected, everything went straight back to normal. We hung out like every single day. Every single day. And it was like at the point where like I would, because this was when I was working at Publix and the hair salon. So it was literally like I would work at Publix Monday through Friday, or Monday through Wednesday. And then I would work at Publix Sunday through Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I would work at the hair salon. So I would have to be at work at 6 in the morning, but I would stay at his house till like 4 or 5 in the morning, drive back to my apartment, and then get like an hour of sleep, and then go to work. All right. Mind you, we were not like that. Okay. We were literally, this was during the time when Travis Scott dropped his documentary. And so like we would just be chilling, watching the documentary. Then we would go get food. Like, it was just such a fun time. I genuinely miss it, okay? It was literally just such a good time. That I really miss that time period in my life. Because even though it was like really rough, it was like the good moments were really, really good. So anyway, I got the news that I was going to move to Miami. Well, I didn't get the news. I keep saying that I got the news. I decided that I was going to move to Miami. My parents were going to move. They made the decision to move. So I was like, oh, bet. See ya. I'm out of Tennessee. While I was kind of getting everything ready to move from Nashville to Miami, me and him literally hung out every single day. And it was to the point where like his parents were like questioning whether or not like we were dating. But it was never like that. So like I just keep trying to reiterate to y'all, like we were like this, okay. So boom, I'm getting ready to move. This is like counting down to the last couple of days of moving to Miami. And so me and him, like always, talking every single day. Now it's time for me to actually leave. So I was driving, because I had to drive my car to Miami, and it was like a 14-hour drive or whatever. And he was literally talking to me the entire time that I was on my way to Miami. Like, he would text me, he would FaceTime me, like we would talk throughout the whole drive or whatever. And in one of the drives, he was telling me how he was talking to this girl on Tinder. And she, to be honest, I cannot remember where she was moving from. But she was basically moving down to Tennessee. And, like, they were going to live together. Like, just randomly, this random girl was going to move to Tennessee, and they were going to get a place together. They were just going to move in together without really even knowing each other. And to be honest, Eric was just that type of guy. Like, I think that's why me and him got along very, very well, because he really just did not care. Nothing fazed him. Nothing, like, he was such a spontaneous, outgoing, just live life. He was a very much YOLO type of person. I mean, I guess he still is. I don't know. So, boom, right? So he told me that, and I was just like, okay, like, good for you. Mind you, y'all see my personality. I am like this offline, online. I am the same person all the way around. So obviously I've given opinions, like, and this is the part that trips me up, because I'm thinking like maybe this is why spoiler alert, he stopped talking to me. But I'm thinking like maybe this is why, because maybe I said something that offended him, I guess. But then again, I always think back like, yo, you've known me since the 5th grade. I've been the same since the 5th grade. So it's like, if you were going to take something to heart, because me and him had like arguments before where we had gotten in fights and stopped talking to each other, but we always came back. And he was always the one person, like, I could literally be myself all the time. So I was just like, I don't see how I've said a lot of things to you over the years, and like, this is what you think? Because all I said was like, oh, I don't know if that's a good idea, but I mean, it doesn't surprise me that you would do that. Like, it didn't take me by surprise at all that he would do something like that. But I was just saying, like, okay, you know, do your thing, whatever. So, okay, cool. We still spoke, and I told you guys, like, I was really, really depressed when we first moved to Miami. I was stuck in a hotel room. I was broke. It was just a terrible, terrible mess. I was so depressed the first month that I moved down to Miami. And so I would, like, he would talk to me here and there, but it wasn't really, like, he didn't know I was depressed, so I don't really put that on him, but nobody knew I was depressed. But he just wouldn't respond anymore. We didn't talk anymore. So I'm thinking, like, okay, like, him and his new girlfriend, like, she's probably down there and they're probably, like, you know, getting their lives started. Let me fall back. Okay, cool. So I fell back, and, you know, nothing. I didn't really think anything of anything, because I was just like, okay, I just moved. He got a new girlfriend. He's moved in with his new girlfriend. So let me just fall back a little bit. That's what I did. And then it got to a point where, like, I would send him something that reminded me of him, like something like we spoke about, right? So his family lived in a homeowners association, and we had just moved into a homeowners association. So I sent him a picture of the little rules or whatever that literally, let me just tell you guys this. In the homeowners association, you're not allowed to block the sidewalks. Well, we had just moved here, so the moving truck is a truck, and it was blocking the sidewalk. Like, it was in our driveway blocking the sidewalk, and we got a citation for that. So I sent Eric the citation, and I was like, I guess homeowners associations are wild anywhere that you go, kind of deal like that. So I sent him that, and his red receipts were on, and he just read it and never responded. So I was just like, okay, cool. Thanks for that. All right, cool. So whatever. Obviously not that big of a deal. It's not that deep, not that serious. But I was just like, damn, son, like, okay, left me on red. Cool. So, all right, whatever. Didn't think anything of it. Mind you, on Instagram, we used to, you know how, like, the Explore page, we used to, like, make fun of, like, TikTok, because this was when TikTok was popular, but, like, not what it was before quarantine. You know what I mean? It was, like, in between, where, like, people that went on TikTok were just dancing and doing, like, weird stuff. So when he would see, like, certain people dancing and stuff, he would send me, like, TikToks. So he messaged me a TikTok of, like, some girl or whatever, and then I responded, and he didn't reply. He left me on seen. So I'm just like, at first, when he left me on red, I was like, okay, like, all right, whatever. But then when he sent me something on TikTok, I was like, okay, so we're still cool. Like, we're cool. Then when I sent something back, he left me on seen. So I was just like, okay, no, like, are we cool? Are we not cool? Mind you, I know this sounds so childish because I'm basing off whether or not we were cool off of Instagram and being left on red and all that stuff. But it all makes sense, I swear. We had not spoken in forever. So I'm on Facebook or whatever, and he wasn't on social media like that anymore. That was another thing. He went from being all the time on Instagram, because he was a little popping on Instagram, to not popping, or to not posting anything at all. So he stopped posting on Instagram. And then I was on Facebook. He doesn't use Facebook, so it was, like, weird that I saw his name, Eric, come up, engaged to this girl. And I was like, oh, wow, like, that's crazy. So when I go to his Instagram to see if he posted it on Instagram, I'm not following him anymore. And he's not following me. And I'm just like, what? Okay, like, whatever. So then I go, because me and him, like, used to Snapchat, and I go on my Snapchat, and I'm, like, blocked, I guess. I don't really know how to tell, because it's, like, gray, right? If it's gray, you're blocked. I don't use Snapchat anymore, but I just checked because I wanted to see if he, like, blocked me on that too. I was blocked, and I'm just like, what did I do? I'm telling y'all, like, and that's what, like, that's why I said it's not really a story time. I just wanted to get this off my chest because I'm just seriously sitting here like, sir, what did I do to you? And then I'm really, y'all, this happened like 2 years ago. I'm not joking. This whole thing happened like 2 years ago. And I'm just sitting here like, but what did I do? What did I do wrong? Like, is it something that I said? And then I'm like, for the life of me, y'all, I am thinking about everything that I could have possibly said. And I'm like, did I say something like that I didn't think was a big deal? Did I, you know, when he told me that he was going to move in with her, did I say something that was offensive? Or, y'all, I really cannot tell you what I did to this man. And I am not one for closure. I don't believe in closure. I am one of those people that, I know a lot of people disagree with me when it comes to stuff like this, but there isn't always a reason behind everything. You know what I mean? When people are like, oh, she's just talking bad about you because she's jealous of you. It's like, no. You could talk bad about somebody without having any, like, jealousy towards them or envy. And, you know, it just is what it is. I'm a very it is what it is, black and white kind of person. Not everything is a long explanation. Not everything is some deep-rooted. You know what I mean? If somebody feels like being a butt to you one day, it has nothing to do with the stars aligning a certain way. It has nothing to do with how their mother treated them. They're just a butt, you know? That's how I like to think of things. And that's just how I feel like the world works a lot of times. But this is the one time that I'm just like, what did I do? And I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. Not that long ago. It was probably like a year ago. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, it was probably a year ago. I was just like, let me ask him. Like, let me just check up. Let me see, you know. And so I asked him, I was like, hey, like, I hope you're doing well. I haven't heard from you in a while, like, but I hope you're doing well. I saw that you unfollowed me and I was unfollowed, but I didn't unfollow you or whatever. I don't remember how I said it, but I was like, if I did something wrong, I would like to know, or like, I'm really sorry if I did something. I did apologize. I was like, if I did something to you that like rubbed you the wrong way or something, I'm really sorry, but I would like to know what I did, you know, whatever. And it was like undelivered for like 2 days. I did this through Instagram. And I DM'd him on Instagram and it was like undelivered for 2 days, unopened. And so I just unsent it. I was like, all right, you really don't want to talk to me. So it's not like he doesn't use his Instagram, because I went and he had posted something recently. So I was just like, oh, okay, let me just ask. Oh, psych. So yeah, there goes my closure. That's why I don't believe in closure, because I've always thought like closure is just something for people who aren't strong enough to understand that things happen and it is what it is. Like, that's how I've always seen people that look for closure. Like, you just want an excuse to talk to somebody or like get something that is just, I don't know how to explain it. This is why I don't like getting into deep topics, because sometimes I feel like I ramble. But I really do feel like, you know, nobody owes you anything. People don't owe you anything in life. So they don't owe you closure. They don't owe you an explanation as to why they stopped talking to you or why they ghosted you and things like that. So it's just kind of funny that I'm like, it had to have been some, like, it really, this one hurts my soul, because I genuinely would like to know what I did wrong. Like, why don't you talk to me anymore? Which, I mean, now we're in 2 separate places in our lives. Like, he's engaged, obviously. Mind you, this is the same person that told me he would never get married. So obviously this girl is that girl. But, and I was talking to my dad about this, and he was basically telling me like it's probably his girlfriend that said like cut ties. But that's what I don't understand, because if that was the case, like, he's had so many other girlfriends that have, like, it's never been an issue. Why is it such an issue with this one? I don't know. And I'm telling you, it's not romantic at all, yo. Like, I have no romantic feelings towards this man. I have none. He was such a good friend. We were such good friends. Like, I just want to know. That was the one person, y'all, I'm not joking. Like, I am very self-aware, okay? I know that I can be a lot and whatnot, but he was the one friend that I would be very soft with, I guess. Like I was a softie, and he's seen it all. So I'm just very confused as to, like, you see me when I have been terrible, awful, the worst points of my life, and you were always there. So why is it that like I didn't do anything? Or what did I do that was just so traumatic that ended our friendship? I would really want to know. Because I was like, was I too negative? Because sometimes he would tell me that. He's like, why are you always so negative? Why is everything so negative? Because I remember this day perfectly. I told him that I wanted to start YouTube, and I was going to do vlogs about, like, places in Nashville that weren't worth the hype, that like everybody was moving to Nashville and everybody wanted to be in Nashville, and I kind of wanted to do like anti-vlogs on like why Nashville is not that big of a deal, like, you know. And he would always tell me, he's like, why are you being so negative? Like, why don't you do one that's in like places in Nashville that are fun and things like that? So I'm like, was I too negative? Was my negativity too much for him that he cut me out of his life? Was I toxic to him? I don't know. Because I can't think of an actual reason besides like stuff like that where, I don't know, I was just the most. But that never seemed to bother him before in our like 50 years of friendship. So why does it bother you now? You know what I mean? I don't know. This is as good as my makeup's going to get because I honestly don't even feel like having makeup on. But I wanted to do this video, and I have to record some more videos because with this editing software, it is just too much. But yeah, I just wanted to share this weird thing with you guys. I don't know. You guys let me know where you guys think I went wrong, or like if I gave enough details or something, or if you guys want to know like a little bit more about like the background, because I'm genuinely curious. Like, what did I do? But this is what I'm saying. I feel like I'm saying this, I'm repeating myself over and over again. But this is what I'm saying, right? I'm not one for closure. I don't believe in closure. I don't care. Most of the times, like, you know, when people have stopped talking to me, I'm just like, okay, I don't care. Like, I've had plenty of people just randomly stop talking to me. But it hits different when it's somebody that you actually cared about and someone that you were like, actually, you know, this was my best friend of so many years, and he really just dropped me. That's crazy. And I genuinely, like, y'all, I'm being 1,000% honest. I cannot tell you what I did. If I could understand it, if I was giving off the vibes that I was, like, in love with him, or I was catching feelings for him or something, and he's like, yo, I have a girlfriend now, like, let me go ahead and cut Samantha off because she's giving me weird vibes, I get that. If I, you know, was acting like his girlfriend, you know them weirdo best friends that be doing that where they don't know their place, completely understand why you would cut me off. But I genuinely don't understand. Was it my negativity? Was I just a bad person? Was I just terrible to you? I don't know. I just want to know. Because I'm like, if I was so terrible to you, before I moved to Miami, why were you hanging out with me every single day? You asked me to hang out. So if I was so terrible, you know what I mean? I don't know. Now I'm just repeating myself and rambling. So let me go ahead and end this right here. But before I go, I want to say, thank you guys so much for all the love and all the positivity you guys sent to my dog Mofi. Like, you guys don't understand how crazy I was feeling this whole week. Everything came back normal. The vet kind of thinks that he probably ate something that was like really bad for him. I don't know. But his blood test came back fine. His x-rays came back fine. My dog has another years of life ahead of him, God willing. I need him to last forever because that is just my baby. So thank you guys so much for your guys' positivity and just amazing kind words. It really means a lot. But yes, an update on Mofi. He is doing fine. He is alive and well. I would love to put him on camera, but he really, like, he knows what a camera is, and he's not, no, he doesn't like it. So I might just put in a bunch of pictures of my lovely dog because he's the best ever. And that's another thing. This friend that I'm talking about, Eric, he would always call my dog ugly. He said that I had an ugly dog. Whatever. Let me end this right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.